It's a brand new week. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in at Accra. My name is Adjuatin Kramat Domina. Coming up this afternoon, heavy security presence in Pandai following violent disturbances that led to the burning of a chief's house.
We called the military, they came and they were able to rescue the few police who were on post. So actually, the military and the police have been on guard throughout yesterday in the night after this morning.
Also coming up, Social Security and National Insurance Trust NIT insists proper due diligence was conducted in decision to engage Rock City on sale of stakes in hotels despite an order by the National Pensions Regulatory Authority for halt in engagements.
There's no reason why, if a business is doing well and we seek to maximize capital from it to invest elsewhere, we shouldn't do so. And the reason is simple: returns are lower than we believe they should be.
Still in today's bulletin, over 500,000 candidates sit for 2024 Basic Education Certificate Examination BC.
I admonish these candidates that they should eschew all forms of examination malpractice, and it looks to me that all of them were poised, energized to write the exam.
We'll bring you details across the country as the Director General of the Ghana Education Service cautions against examination malpractice. And later, Chimoto School found guilty of negligence in death of a student about 8 years ago as court orders payment of 600,000 Ghana cedis to family for damages. Stay with us for details of these and more stories coming your way in the next half hour. Remember, this bulletin is live around the globe on citinewsroom.com, on YouTube and on Facebook. You can find us on Citi 97.3 FM across the country. We're live on a number of affiliates in the Western region. This is Premier 100.5 FM in Takoradi, Beach 105.5 FM also in Takoradi. In the Bono region, this is Green and 95.9 FM in Sunyang. In Ashanti region, Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. If you're in the Volta region, this is Akpeni Radio 96.7 in Pando, Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohoi. In the Northern region, this is Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In Upper East Word 88.3 FM in Zuarungu. If you're in the Upper West region, Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. And in the Northeast region, this is Eagle 94.1 FM in Walewali. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for your company this afternoon. Let's begin from the northern region, and there is heavy military and police presence in Pandai in that region following disturbances that led to the burning of the Fulani of the chief's house and slaughtering of his cattle. The district chief executive of Pandai, Emmanuel Kofi Atata Tablata, tells Citi News there were reprisal attacks from indigents after some herdsmen attacked two people who were from a faction around 9 p.m. last night. Now, the herdsmen allegedly inflicted machete wounds on one of the victims, who has since been transferred to the Tamale Teaching Hospital for treatment. Mr. Tablata tells Citi News the military is still patrolling the area as tensions are still high.
Yesterday, somewhere around 9:10 thereabout p.m., a gentleman was on his way to his community called Nyangpang. So his way to Nyangpang, two unknown individuals attacked him. There were two. So one was able to run away, another man was butchered. So they attempted to pick the motor that he was riding, and they were unable to pick it. So he was butchered, and then the other one came back and took him to the hospital. So the doctors treated man and referred him to Tamale. And then they interrogated the man who was able to escape. Then he gave the background saying that he suspects the unknown people to be the Fulani herdsmen. So in an hour or two, the concombers mobilized and attacked the Fulani chief and then burned his house down, killed several of his cows, took the meat away. Then the police were able to arrest one person, and then they mobilized, came to the police station, attempting to remove the one the police arrested. And then, fortunately, we called the military. They came and they were able to rescue the few police who were on post. So actually, the military and the police have been on guard throughout yesterday in the night after this morning.
Emmanuel Kofi Atatata Blatter is a district chief executive of Pandai in the northern region. Let's stay on security because the Ghana Police Service has arrested one Judith Tracy, identified as one of the suspects in an alleged attack at the Yawasu West Wogon office of the New Patriotic Party. An incident said to have occurred on Sunday, July 7, 2024 at the party's constituency office led to the destruction of some properties, including 2 vehicles. In an earlier statement, the police had indicated the commencement of investigations and a commitment to bringing perpetrators to face justice. Well, in its latest updates, the Ghana Police Service says it has arrested suspect Judith Tracy, who is currently in custody, assisting with investigations while assuring of efforts to get the remaining suspects arrested. Let's stay a while longer on security, this time in the Ashanti region, and a 37-year-old taxi driver who has been identified as Amos Eduse has been shot dead by suspected armed robbers on the Kwamambuama Road in the Efija Kwabre North District of the region. The incident, which happened on Saturday night, has left residents in a state of panic. According to them, although the community has recorded several robbery incidents, this is the first time a victim has been shot dead. The assembly member for the Ahinkwe electoral area, Isaac Eduse, who is also a brother to the deceased, confirmed the incident to Citi News. Now, he notes that the body of the deceased has been deposited at the morgue while the police have begun investigations into the matter.
So yesterday around 11:15, and I had a call from a colleague that my brother has had an accident on the Kwamai to Buamai Road. So when I got there, not a mere accident, it was a gunshot. The armed robbers attacked him. So that we took the body to the hospital at that moment. Saturday around, I had a call 10:15, but the incident happened around 10:12 to 10:30. The police has come and do their report. The regional divisional commander and the district and the regional commander, they came to our house on yesterday, and they went to the body at the mortuary, and they said today around 10 o'clock they are going to do the postmortem. So after the postmortem, then they will handle to the family, because now it's for police. It's at police custody. After the investigation, then they handle it to the family. Oh, it's not the first time, but always they are on the route. But for them to kill a driver or a person, it's not happening like that.
That's the assembly member for the Ahinkro electoral area in the Ashanti region, Isaac Eduse. Now, the Achimota School has been found liable for negligence in the death of a student about 8 years ago. According to the fact, 15-year-old Kevin Kofi Moses felt unwell on November 28, 2016 and visited the student clinic complaining of malaria. He was, however, given ibuprofen and told it was not malaria. Now, concerned about his worsening condition, the student, Kevin, phoned his mother to notify her. Evidence presented during the trial indicated that the school, through the housemaster of Fraser House, where Kevin was accommodated, refused the mother's calls to send her son to the hospital. The judge ruled that the school owed a duty of care to Kevin as he was in their care. Kevin was initially rushed to the Achimota Hospital but was later transferred to the 37 Military Hospital, where he died on December 4, 2016. The judge held that the school breached its duty to Kevin by not seeking prompt medical attention. The Achimota School, the housemaster, and the Attorney General, who were defendants in the case, have been ordered to pay 400,000 Ghana cedis in general damages and 200,000 Ghana cedis in damages for negligently causing Kevin's death. Moving on now, the government is initiating processes to suspend the implementation of the 5% excise tax on all finished plastic products. This is according to the National Association of Sachet and Packaged Water Producers, which claimed that an amicable solution with the government had been agreed upon at a meeting last Friday. Earlier, the group urged the government to suspend the implementation of the new tax, which it believes could increase cost of production. National President of the Sachet and Packaged Water Producers, Magnus Nunu, says they will trust that the government will stick to its part of the bargain.
There is an amicable agreement with the authorities that be, and so I think the pressures are on hold. What I know from where I sit is that there is a process to actually repeal the law that enforces the 5% excise tax. And I mean, we can't talk about timelines now, and I think that we must exercise good faith on both sides. What the government has said, they are going to do it. And for now, I mean, if you check from the press conference organized by the Ghana Plastic Manufacturers Association, they said that their members were being harassed with the 5% excise tax. As we speak today, we have been informed that the harassment has ceased and then talks have taken place and assurances have been given. I mean, then I think we can trust each other. Hope that the government will go by their words.
You heard the national president of the sachet and packaged water producers, Magnus Nunu. Now, angry youth of Axim in the Nzima East municipality of the Western region have this morning given President Akufo-Addo a 2-week ultimatum to allow the use of the Axim Sports Stadium, which they believe has been abandoned despite its 95% completion. The youth are expressing their displeasure over the decay being witnessed at the newly built stadium, which started in 2018. Speaking to City News, leader of the Axim Youth, Jonas Kwabute, lamented the deterioration at the stadium with new seats and ceiling installed at the stadium all rotting away.
Years now, 2018, that they cut the spot. The promise of constructing the multi-purpose complex sports stadium for us. As I'm talking now, when you enter into the stadium, you can see that all the pattern tracks is getting rotten. They have done the VVIP. They have mounted the goalposts. All the necessary facilities, they have done it, but they have locked it, and everything is getting rotten. So we are peeved and we are poised to demonstrate today. All we are telling them is this: we have submitted our petition. That was 2 months ago. The MCE didn't call us. He didn't even show up. We wrote a request for police escorts. He didn't even mind us. So the reason why we are here today, we are sending a signal to the government that the stadium, whether commission or not commission, we must use it. And we have given up to 29th July. That was the ultimatum. And today, we are sending the signal that the petition we submitted is due. Yes. So the next 2 weeks, if you have not heard anything, if you have not seen anything, we shall continue to demonstrate.
You had the leader of the Axim Youth, Jonas Kwabute. Now, the Ghana Integrity Initiative, the GII, has expressed skepticism about proposal by the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, to establish an office to scrutinize government procurement processes exceeding 5 million Ghana cedis. John Mahama, while highlighting measures to tackle corruption if elected president in the December polls, said he will enhance transparency by way of protecting the public purse. Now, speaking to City News, Executive Director of GII, Mary Ada, emphasized the need for political parties to outline a clear-cut strategy in implementing their policies on fighting corruption.
We all acknowledge that the issue of procurement is one that we need to tackle if we are serious about fighting corruption. Let me say quickly that the President Akufo-Addo government promised to also tackle procurement. And they even gave us a minister of procurement who is a minister of state. However, we all know how that has gone down the drain. In the beginning, they said they were able to make some gains. Unfortunately, we could not be able to quantify that. So when some of these promises are made, we are a little hesitant with accepting them hook, line, and sinker. So let's all ask the questions. Number one, in the setting up of the office, is it going to be new? Where is it going to be situated? In all of that, we are asking again, if this office is set up, is it at the presidency? Who would be dealing with this? What about the Public Procurement Authority? What about the other institutions who are doing this? How is this? We would be very happy to have the strategy.
Mariada is Executive Director of the Ghana Integrity Initiative. You're still listening to the Citi Prime. You're still ahead in the bulletin. SNET insists proper due diligence was conducted in decision to engage Rock City on sale of stakes in hotels. We have more details shortly. Please stay.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Is your essay ready? Have you already submitted it? In 2024, who will be crowned the new champion? We're getting closer and closer to the deadline for submission. As a JHS student, don't miss out on the opportunity to win a whopping 10,000 Ghana cedis and an entire year of bragging rights for being the very best JHS student in Ghana. Additionally, you get to have your voice and thoughts heard nationwide as you contribute to national discourse. Here's how to join the Literacy Challenge 2024. In not less than 600 words, write about the role of the youth in shaping the future of Ghana. What changes would you like to see, and how can young people contribute to making them happen? Scripts must be in your own handwriting. Script must be endorsed by a parent. Add your full contact details. Deadline Saturday the 13th of July 2024. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV in Tesano or 97.3 Citi FM in Adabraka, or send it to PO Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For inquiries, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap. Feel fresh, feel alive. From the House of Wilma Africa Limited. Fortune spread for bread. Yummy, delicious, always on point. Another quality product from Wilma Africa Limited. Ruby Biscuits by M4 Foods and Prospectus Ghana Limited.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Let's bring you some other stories now. The Social Security and National Insurance Trust (NIT) has revealed that selling 60% of its shares in various hotels to a private investor was the only viable option to revive its fortunes. The statement comes amid concerns of a change in management and controversy suggesting SNIT did not follow due process before deciding to sell shares in its hotels, which include Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach Resort, Elmina Beach Resort, and Ridge Royal Hotel. Now, in a media address, NIS Director General Kofi Osafo-Maafo explained that due diligence was conducted and changing management was not considered feasible due to the continuous losses these hotels had been accruing.
The way I look at things are as follows. There's been a great culture, particularly in the state sector, where we run down assets to sell them. You run it to the worst, it goes out of business, and you sell it. We want to maximize what we get out of it. And the question that I asked somebody the other day is, if you were selling your car, or even your house, if you were selling your house, you'd make an attempt to actually paint it. You wouldn't wait for your car to be put on stones and then say, now this is the time to sell it. You'd make it look good. There's no reason why, if a business is doing well and we seek to maximize capital from it to invest elsewhere, we shouldn't do so. And the reason is simple. Returns are lower than we believe they should be, but also cash always has alternative uses. So why not? There's a good investment rationale for that.
Well, Kofi Osafo-Maafo added that the decision to include Labadi Beach Hotel in the sale, despite it making some profits, was driven by the trust's aim to maximize overall returns as the current profits were deemed insufficient.
For us, we look at it twofold, that we are looking to resolve a problem and do so with the introduction of a strategic investor. And we've outlined the reasons there. Consistent losses by almost all of our hotels. I know you are aware that Labadi does make a profit, but the returns are below par. They haven't paid us any dividends, with the exception of Labadi. Labadi Beach Resort only started paying dividends for the last 2 years. They haven't from inception. We've been called in to fund capital expenditure and maintenance expenditure.
Kofi Osafo-Malfo is the Director General of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust (NIT). Now let's do some education now. And the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Dr. Eric Nkansa, has advised students sitting for the 2024 Basic Education Certificate Examination, the BCE, to abide by exam rules and avoid malpractice. He made these remarks at the Accra High School during his visits to some centers in Accra earlier today. Now, this year's BCE will see over 500,000 candidates sit for the exam at 2,123 designated centers across the country. Speaking to Citi News, he indicated that this year's examination took a different format, making it more practical than in previous years.
In one of the centers, we had to even wait for the papers to come to make sure that the papers were distributed to them. I got the opportunity to also speak to the candidates, and in my speech I admonished these candidates that they should eschew all forms of examination malpractice, and it looks to me that all of them were poised, energized to write the exam, and from what we have seen so far, at least day one, I can say that they've all heeded to it, because more or less, apart from monitoring, we have been working as invigilators, going around to see how the exam is, the conduct of this whole exam is going. And I can say that we are very, very satisfied with the way things are. The format has already changed. This is the very first time that we are examining candidates on the standards-based curriculum. And so the format for last year is not the same for this year. The difference is that we used to have what we call the objective-based curriculum. Now we have transitioned from the objective-based to the standards-based.
You had the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Dr. Eric Nkansa. Well, in the Ashanti region, the Regional Education Directorate has affirmed its readiness to address any challenges that may arise during this year's BEC. During his visit to monitoring centers, the Regional Director of Education, Dr. William Kwame Amankrapia, indicated that examinations serve to instill discipline and deter corruption among students as they mature and potentially enter public service.
Apart from those at the far place, they will be transported by drone to Afram Plains, but it will be also on time. The children are poised to write the exams. They are ready for the exams. The supervisors are also ready. And for now, we've gone to about 7 centers. For now, everything is cool, everything is. We haven't encountered any problem. So as the day unfolds, we'll check if there will be anything. And if there's a problem, we'll step in and resolve it. We are doing our best to train our next generation. So we will do our best and make sure that we will have incident-free exams.
Dr. William Kwame Amankrapia is the Ashanti Regional Education Director. Well, in the Central Region, the Member of Parliament for Wutu Senya West, Gisela Tetegbutu, is urging WAEC to prioritize the security of exam papers for the exam. She says the matter should be treated as a national security project, as exam leakages often lead to cancellation of papers, discouraging students who have spent hours studying for the exams.
My simple advice to WAEC is, they should stop toying with, they should take the exams paper security as a national security project. It is not pleasant to see or to hear that papers have leaked. When children have learned, spent hours learning for a paper, and it leaks and is cancelled, it's very disheartening. and very discouraging. So WAEC must do all they can this time around. It's becoming too frequent and too often, and it shows there are so many security breaches in the system in WAEC, and they should do better. Let Ghanaians be able to say that, oh, this time around there were no leakages, there were no, there was, everything went well, because that is what we expect them to do as an organization. Otherwise, if now there's an alternative to WAEC who offer better exam security, wouldn't Ghanaians say that then they want to go for that alternative rather? Because they cannot continue to be endangering, like this. There are too many risks around writing exams these days, and they have to do better. And also the government must also pay them what they are due. There was some controversy about what the government has paid. The majority leaders said they've paid the 87 million or so. In the meantime, the reality, WAEC also come out and say, no, that's not what they've been paid. So there's some disparity, and Ministry of Finance should please just let the system work as it should.
That's a member of parliament for Ewutu Senya West, Gisela Tete Abotui. Now, the New Patriotic Party has officially opened nominations to find a replacement for its Menchia South member of parliament, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh. So far, 4 individuals have picked up nomination forms to vie for the seat. Dr. Opoku-Prempeh's elevation to the party's running mate position has left the Menchia South parliamentary seat vacant, although parliament is yet to make an official declaration. Now, the party pledges a free and fair process and urges prospective aspirants to be mindful of their utterances, emphasizing that this is an internal affair. Dankwa Smith Butty, the New Patriotic Party's first national vice chairman, has been speaking to Citi News.
From today that I've opened this nomination, tomorrow we are going to close the nomination. We do the vetting on Wednesday, and then on Sunday we do the elections. So from tomorrow or from Wednesday to Saturday, if anybody have any grievances, you can bring it to the constituency office. They will send it to the regional, and the regional will forward it to us in Accra. We are not expecting anything. We thought that all those who will come for the forms are eligible for yes, they are qualified. If you know you are not qualified, because if you are not in good standing, you are not qualified. When I say good standing, that means you pay your dues every time. So if you are coming for the forms, make sure that you have paid your dues for about 3 months or 3 years.
Dankwa Smith is the New Patriotic Party's first national vice chairman. Now, founder of the Marlins swim team, Ralph Quay, has praised Channel 1 TV for its promotion of swimming as a sport, especially with the second edition of the National Swimming Championship set for July 13 and 14 at the Boteman Sports Complex. The inaugural edition saw over 150 swimmers demonstrate their abilities at the Channel 1 National Swimming Championship. Now, the one-day event brought together various swim teams from across the nation, with the Marlins emerging as Ghana's best at the Birmingham Sports Complex, winning a total of 63 medals. In an interview with Citi News, Ralph Quay shared the valuable insights gained from the inaugural event that will be applied to the second edition.
It's Channel 1 TV, and their reach is very wide. So I think it brings a lot of exposure and coverage to the sports. It brings more eyeballs on the sports, and I think it was the first time last season, and it was extremely competitive. And I think all the others, at that time, most swimmers had left the country. But I think seeing how it went, we decided to stay and come and compete for this one. So it's even more competitive than last year's. So
you have the founder of the Marlins swim team, Ralph Quay. Now, Promasidol Ghana has successfully obtained the latest version of the Food Safety System Certification 20,000, marking a significant milestone as the first fast-moving consumer goods company in Ghana to achieve FSSC V6. This accomplishment is in line with Promasidol Ghana's commitment to enhancing food safety practices and aligning with sustainable development goals. Addressing the media at a press conference, Managing Director of Promasidol Ghana, Festus Tete, emphasized that the certification is a testament to its outfit's dedication to advancing food processes and controls.
Food-borne diseases are one of the biggest costs of medical health, even in Africa, and not only Africa but across the world. And therefore, whatever you put in your mouth is very, very important. What we are assuring the consumer in Ghana is saying that you have a world-class system, food safety system in place that assures you that whatever you buy from us is produced under the highest hygienic and food safety standards.
You heard Managing Director of Promacedo Ghana, Festus Tete, ending today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. For more stories, log on to citynewsroom.com. My name is Ajwa Tinkrama. Domina, thank you for your company. Good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.